Do you kiss your cat? How cats perceive kisses. Your feline friend means the world to you, but have you ever considered that something as sweet as a kiss might actually be sending the wrong message? While our intentions are pure, certain actions we take to show love can leave our cats feeling puzzled or even stressed, and we might not even realize we're doing it. The good news? You're not alone in making these mistakes. They're incredibly common among cat owners. By the end of this video, you'll have mastered your cat's unique love language and discovered how to strengthen your connection in ways that truly resonate with them. We're about to explore 8 common ways cat owners unintentionally confuse their feline companions, plus practical solutions to ensure your beloved pet feels secure, cherished, and completely understood. If you want to join a tribe of cat lovers who truly understand what makes their kitties tick, smash that subscribe button and let's get started. Mistake number 1. The kissing issue. When we humans want to show someone we care deeply, kissing comes naturally to us. So it makes perfect sense that we'd want to plant a kiss on our cat's fuzzy little head to express our affection. However, here's the thing. While cats absolutely do groom one another as an affectionate gesture, having your giant lips pressed against their forehead doesn't translate the same way for them. Cats don't even possess the lip structure needed to replicate kissing, so this behavior is completely foreign to their world. In the best-case scenario, your smooch will simply leave your kitty feeling bewildered. In the worst case, considering how much larger your head is compared to your cat's, having it suddenly loom so close to their tiny face can actually feel threatening. What to do instead? You've probably witnessed this behavior before. It's often called a cat kiss, or an I love you blink. The feline version of sending affection doesn't require their mouth whatsoever. It's all in the eyes. When a cat wants to communicate deep affection and trust, they'll make eye contact with you and deliberately perform a slow, deliberate closing and reopening of their eyes. When you catch your kitty giving you this gesture, the perfect response is to return their gaze and slow blink right back, showing them you reciprocate their love. And here's the best part. You don't need to wait for them to initiate it. Feel free to slow blink at your cat whenever the mood strikes you, and rest assured they'll understand and appreciate the sentiment. Mistake number 2. The belly rub trap. This is a trap that countless well-meaning cat parents have fallen into. Picture this. You enter a room and your cat flops over, exposing their fluffy belly. It looks incredibly soft and inviting, practically begging you to reach down and give it some gentle scratches. But the instant your fingers make contact with that fluff, instead of the pleasant experience you anticipated, you're suddenly dealing with sharp claws and teeth sinking into your skin. Despite appearing to invite belly rubs just moments ago, your kitty has apparently done a complete 180 and decided your hand looks more like a chew toy. What's happening here? Are they purposely setting you up for failure? One thing's certain. You'll probably think twice before attempting another belly rub anytime soon. Try this instead. Actually, your cat will interpret your newfound reluctance to touch their belly as mission accomplished. For most cats, belly rubs are far from enjoyable. The skin covering your cat's stomach is incredibly sensitive. After all, that's where all their delicate vital organs are located. So they're really not fans of having it touched. For some felines, the sensitivity in that area is so extreme that being touched there can actually cause physical discomfort. That's definitely not the reaction you were hoping for, so no wonder they lashed out. So why do they keep showing you their belly if they don't want it touched? Because they're actually giving you a display of trust. Rolling onto their back is how cats greet people they really care about. It's essentially their way of saying, I trust you so much that I'm comfortable exposing the most vulnerable part of my body to you. The right way to respond to this gesture is to acknowledge it with a thank you and offer to pet them in a spot they actually enjoy, like their head or back, while politely keeping your hands away from that belly fur, no matter how irresistibly soft it looks. Mistake number 3. Laser pointer frustration. What could be more entertaining than watching a cat chase a laser pointer? It's incredible how much entertainment both you and your furry friend can get from that single little red dot. Them from attempting to capture it, and you from observing them dash around in pursuit. But what happens when you lose interest and switch off the laser? What's left for your cat then? Their chase has ended, but they haven't actually caught anything. Over time, this can leave them feeling genuinely frustrated. The laser pointer satisfies their instinct to chase, but it completely ignores their instinct to catch. From their perspective, they're experiencing one failed hunt after another. Better alternatives to try. Thankfully, this is a pretty straightforward problem to fix. All you need to do is give your cat something tangible to catch. It doesn't even have to be that red dot. Simply using the pointer to guide your kitty toward another, more physical toy, like a felt mouse or a small ball, can be enough to transform what would be a failed and frustrating hunt into a successful one in their eyes. And it's not like this changes your enjoyment of the activity. Watching your kitty chase after the laser might be entertaining, but watching them pretend to take down a toy mouse is equally amusing. It's a win-win situation for everyone involved. Mistake number 4. The hugging problem. Sometimes you might feel like nothing in the world would be better than a nice snuggle session with your cat. Just like kissing, hugging is another common way humans express affection for one another. Wrapping your arms around your cat and giving them a squeeze releases feel-good chemicals in your brain, particularly oxytocin, which is called the love hormone, because of its role in helping mammals like us form social bonds. But does it work the same way for our feline friends? Not really. Cats don't naturally hug. They don't have arms after all. It's not an instinctive gesture for them, and rather than making them feel safe and comforted, it can actually make them feel trapped and restricted. Plus, you're significantly larger than your fur baby, and what feels like a gentle squeeze to you can feel much more uncomfortable and constraining for them. A smarter approach. Just because our furry companions don't enjoy being hugged the way humans do doesn't mean they don't like physical contact. They just don't want to feel overly confined. Instead, when it's time to show your cat some love, try simply petting them. Petting your cat gives you the same oxytocin boost that hugging them would provide. But this form of touch means they also get an oxytocin surge. This means both of you get to experience a strengthening of your bond. Mistake number 5. Bad timing for pets. Have you ever reached out to pet your cat only to watch them dodge away at the last second, or spotted them napping peacefully on the couch and found yourself unable to resist the urge to pet them while they look so calm and adorable, only to have them react with clear annoyance? Well, your cat finds being touched unexpectedly just as irritating as you would, especially when you try petting them during nap time and end up disturbing their sleep. Cats are extremely cautious about where and when they sleep, because in nature, their wild ancestors had to constantly watch out for dangerous predators. While sleeping, they would have been particularly vulnerable to being attacked. Your modern fur baby shouldn't need to worry about being attacked during sleep, but ancient instincts don't fade easily. Being woken up unexpectedly, even by their beloved human companion giving them some nice pets, is less likely to feel relaxing and more likely to startle them unpleasantly. What to do? Instead, before you pet a cat, you should always attempt to ask for permission first. Not with words, obviously, since your kitty won't understand you. However, you can ask using body language. Simply extend your hand and hold it just above the top of the cat's head. If it's a cat who doesn't know you well, they might take a moment to sniff at this point. Cats rely heavily on scent, and sniffing your hand allows the cat to pick up on your pheromones, which will give them important information about your physical and emotional state. This helps them determine whether or not to trust you. If they already know you, they'll probably skip this step because they've already established that you're trustworthy. If they want to be pet, they'll then lift their head up to bump it against your hand, signaling that they want you to touch them. Otherwise, they'll pull away, indicating they're not in the mood for petting right now, and you should try again later. Mistake number 6. Baby-style holding. Your cat is your adorable little baby. Yes, they are. Who doesn't love holding their fur baby close and cradling them in their arms like the precious little cutie that they are? But this isn't nearly as enjoyable for your cat. Like we discussed earlier, cats don't like having their bellies touched or unexpectedly exposed, and they don't like being held in a way that prevents them from escaping. So being held in your arms in such a manner that they can't get away and their belly is fully visible is essentially their worst nightmare. It's uncomfortable for them. If they know you well enough and love and trust you deeply, they'll likely reach a point where they can tolerate being held that way, but it'll never be as pleasant for them as it is for you. What to do instead? Cats don't particularly enjoy being held, but sometimes it's necessary to transport them places, or you simply really want to have a cuddle. In those situations, the correct way to pick your cat up is to slide your hand under their chest and lift them into the air. Place your other hand under their rear end to support them, then hold them in a sort of upright sitting position so that their head is peeking over your shoulder and their torso is pressed against your chest. This ensures they're able to look around easily, and if they feel like escaping, they can readily wriggle out of your arms and jump to the ground. Mistake number 7. Talking too loud. Ever talked to your cat only to notice they seem strangely uninterested in listening to you? You might assume your cat is just a bit bored with your conversation, engaging as it might be, but it's probably less about the content of what you're saying and more about your volume. Humans are typically much louder than cats. Our ears are less sensitive, and as a result, we're often less aware of how loud we're actually being. Your fur baby, on the other hand, is far more sensitive to loud sounds, especially since, as we mentioned earlier, they evolved in an environment where they were frequently hunted by dangerous predators and needed to be constantly alert. When you're talking to your cat and you get too enthusiastic, your voice might rise automatically and actually hurt your poor fur baby's ears. The recommended next step: just because your cat doesn't appreciate it when your voice gets too loud doesn't mean they don't like your voice. A 2022 study showed that cats are completely capable of distinguishing their human friends' voices from strangers' voices and respond to them with noticeably more attention. They also prefer certain tones over others. Cats like high-pitched voices because their ears find high-pitched sounds easier to process. They like quiet tones because, as we mentioned, their ears are more sensitive than ours. As a result, their favorite tone of voice to be spoken to in is, adorably enough, baby talk. That's right. Studies have demonstrated that cats love to be spoken to in baby talk, but they only like being spoken to this way by their special humans. Your fur baby might not like being held like they're your baby, but they certainly don't mind if you talk to them like one. Helping your cat feel loved and supported is incredibly important, even if some of the things they want from you might seem a bit unusual. If you're curious about more surprising ways to make your kitty feel safe and appreciated, check out this video. There are some things your cat secretly loves that might just surprise you.